When we talk about artificial intelligence, we tend to describe it as a noun. We imagine a vast, static box of stored knowledge, sort of like a marble sitting on a shelf. But biological intelligence, like this pulsing, shifting cell, operates entirely differently. We watch a language model generate fluent, beautiful sentences, and we assume it understands our world. Then it confidently invents a completely false reality, and we panic, wondering how something so seemingly brilliant can suddenly fail so badly. The confusion happens because we are measuring textual fluency instead of physical grounding. We are asking a machine to replicate human thought without giving it the one physical constraint that even a single-celled organism has to deal with. To see what these algorithms are actually doing, we have to look past computer science. We have to borrow a lens from thermodynamics. Intelligence is not a stored object you can lock inside a server rack. It is an active, ongoing physical event. It is a verb. There is a strict transaction underlying everything in the universe. If you want to create ordered information, you must pay by increasing physical entropy. Think about the split second before an AI answers your prompt. That future answer exists as a massive cloud of near-infinite, highly uncertain text continuations. The model forces that chaos to collapse into one highly ordered sequence of words. Compressing that uncertainty takes work. It requires moving electrons, switching transistors, and burning electricity. Meaning in this space is literally purchased with physical heat. An AI model is a semantic heat engine. This engine navigates reality using vectors, mathematical coordinates that track how human words relate to one another across vast datasets. But those coordinates are not physical reality. The algorithm sits in the dark, watching a mathematical shadow of a tree cast against a concrete wall, having never experienced sunlight, soil, or water. Because it only sees shadows we leave behind in our text, the system achieves local plausibility. It strings the right words together in the right order. But it lacks global truth, a working knowledge of gravity, boundaries, and physical consequence. Relying exclusively on those mathematical traces explains the hallucination problem perfectly. The machine speaks with absolute fluency while completely misunderstanding the physical world. In a world of mathematical shadows, a mistake costs nothing. But for a living system, the penalty for error is dissolution. Biologists look at this as stabilized instability. Life exists in a state of constant, dynamic maintenance. It is a process that must perpetually repair its own physical boundaries against the chaos of its environment, just to keep its shape. A language model sits perfectly still until you prompt it. It has no internal metabolism to run, no physical body to repair, no boundary to defend. An organism actively hunts for energy because it faces the strict physical consequence of death. It must manage uncertainty to secure the very gradients that keep its loop running. Cognition is a byproduct of that survival loop, the system's attempt to remain a coherent self against the constant pressure of decay. Right now, artificial intelligence acts as externalized infrastructure. We built it to compress the massive uncertainty of our own data into useful directions. We assume that making these models exponentially larger and feeding them gigawatts of power will inevitably lead to advanced intelligence. But a highly efficient consumer of energy looks a lot like a wildfire. Rapid dissipation, however, does not equal wisdom. If we build hotter, faster machines designed to burn through resources without a physical anchor, we are engineering a fast track to exhaustion rather than enlightenment. The pinnacle of evolutionary success requires a different capability: restraint. Whether you look at a biological cell, a human civilization, or a future machine mind, a complex system only survives if it becomes reflective enough to know which resources should be left unburned. This is the state of sustainable becoming. A system must continually adapt and regulate its own power, maintaining its structure without freezing into rigidity or burning out completely. We have successfully externalized the ability to model the world. Now we face the engineering challenge of governing that model's appetite for the very world it maps. The true mark of an advanced intelligence is not measured by the size of the fire it can start. It is measured by the discipline it learns to control the flame.